noon hour is here.
Check it out.
And you're locked on to Utah's highest rated, most listened to sports radio station.
It's my station. It's my station.
This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey, let's get it. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hope you're all having a tremendous Monday. Hope you all had a tremendous weekend. Let's get it. Christian filling in for the vacationing Lloyd Cole. Shocker.
Yeah, we're going to start just saying Lloyd's filling in for Christian.
Yes.
Because it feels more like that's the order, but we'll see. Lloyd's out again. For an extended period of time.
He said, he goes, I was looking at my workday thing, whatever. He's like, I had a lot of days that I haven't used, so I got to use my day. Well, okay, first off, you don't have to use them. I mean, I have a lot of days, but it doesn't mean I'm like, I got to use my. You don't have to use your days.
Well, Lloyd does.
And then also, like, how many days have you received? Because I know what you and I get.
Yeah.
And I know.
4.
Yeah. Total.
Yep.
Not 4 weeks.
No, 4.
Yeah. 4 days. And yet.
And we still have some left.
I know, right?
But whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
Some people need more time alone, Scotty.
And God bless him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Well, he's up at his cabin at the top of the mountain, so you can say whatever you want now.
I know.
He's not going to listen.
Never hear it.
Well, you don't
He's
listen
in a
anyway.
tent. He said he's not even hitting a cabin. It's funny when somebody can snub off a couple of cabins and be like, I'm taking a tent.
I'm not buying that for a second. He'll make it one night in a tent. Then he's got to go, what do you call it, glamping?
Yeah.
That's his kind of.
It's glamping.
Yeah.
I'm good, dude.
How's your weekend good?
Yeah, weekend was fine.
Yeah?
Boring.
How was the round of golf on Friday?
It was fine. Friday went good. Shot an 82. And promptly whooped the back end of the opponent.
Yeah.
So.
That's not an 82 isn't just you didn't just slip past him, you whooped him.
I whooped him good.
Yeah,
I did. Played extremely well. And, Old Mill's tough, but it's pretty wide open.
That's what I've heard. I've not golfed Old Mill.
So I made some mistakes, but I had some good recoveries. And I missed 2 2-footers, and I lipped out a birdie opportunity that would have given me 3 strokes off. I would have had another sub-8. I've only got 2 sub-80s in, 10 years that I've golfed. I've got 2 79s. That's it.
Did you?
And I'm talking about, real 79.
Did you break when we were up in Burley? Was that one of the? No, he was right
80.
there. It was right there on the dot 80. Yeah, I knew you were
80.
close. Yeah.
But, if I'm going to count a sub-80, then it has to be by the book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, for the most part, it's got to be by the book. And we did have to skip a par 5 because we had a very slow group in front of us. So we skipped the whole par 5, and I did par myself out on that. But I parred him out on it too. So,
okay.
We were competing. It's a very good competition, but shot very well. And it was an absolute blast.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. And it got competitive.
Oh, I bet.
He played well too. But it was good. What about your weekend? What was up?
You know what? Did some ribs yesterday. Hung out with the family. Never mind. I can't tell you what else I did on Saturday.
Well, then I can just guess.
I texted you. No,
boy.
Stop it.
Good job.
I texted you where I was at.
Oh, yeah. You can't mention that?
Nope.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, you were there, and I was at a baptism.
Yes, but we were in the same vicinity.
Yeah,
same zip code.
It was good.
Yeah. So anyway, I would love to go into further details on that, but I cannot.
Well, but secretly,
I was sworn on the lives of my children that I cannot disclose where I spent a good chunk of my Saturday.
Well, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
It was good that let's just say what you were doing was a good thing.
It was a good thing.
Yeah, we don't want people to sit there and guess and think,
No. It's not like I'm slinging drugs down on State Street or something like that. No.
Not this time.
This was, no. That was last month. No.
That was last month.
Yeah. That's what Lloyd's doing right now.
Here we are, Scotty, week 2. Camp, rocking and rolling. We are ready. And I don't know why I was doing this. I guess for patterns. I guess for some type of context. But I was comparing Kalani Sitake's first 9 seasons to Kyle Whittingham's first 9 seasons. And the comparisons are really interesting.
Is this Kalani's 10th?
This will be his 10th.
What?
Yeah, this will be his 10th season. And then it's interesting, Kyle's 10th season, which we can talk about. If Kalani's patterns Kyle's, it's going to be interesting. So I thought we could jump into some of these. The numbers are pretty intriguing, actually.
Let's get to it. Starting lineup, Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This is Hans and Scotty G.
Let's go!
The lineup is set, and it's time to kick off the show with the biggest topic of the day. This is the starting lineup on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It is your starting lineup brought to you by Mountain Land Supply. By the way, the huge event they had last week for their golf tournament. Understand it went really, really well. But Mountain Land kills it as always. Remember, if water runs through it, Mountain Land's got it squared away. Irrigation, interior plumbing, and plus a whole host of other things they've dipped their toes into as well. So go to mountainland.com, find a location near you. That's mountainland.com.
They were a blast. Big thanks to Tim White and big thanks to Mountain Land for their partnership. We sure have loved them over the years. All right, so some interesting stuff here. So Kalani Sitake in his 9 seasons. He had 7 seasons independent and 2 seasons Big 12. 7 seasons independent, 2 seasons Big 12. Kyle's had 6 seasons Mount West Conference, 3 seasons Pac-12.
Okay.
So this is the first 9 seasons. Kalani was 7 Indy, 2 Big 12. Kyle was 6 Mountain West, 3 Pac-12. Kalani Sitake went 72 and 43. Kyle went 75 and 39. Now, I only bring these numbers up because the two are very connected. Anybody that thinks the two aren't connected, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Kyle brought Kalani up. Kalani was raised under Kyle. The whole time, Kalani was thinking, if I do this, I'm going to do it this way. I'll keep these things. I'll do it this way. I used to talk to Kalani 10, 15 years ago. Back when he was at the University of Utah, I talked to him about his plan. And he was like, I like this. I'll change this, but I'm going to, I've got this plan of how I want to be a head coach. So 72 and 43 for Kalani, 75 and 39 for Kyle. That was 3 seasons Pac-12, 6 seasons Mount West Conference. Now, I think that the independent seasons were very difficult. I think that the Mount West Conference seasons, maybe there were a couple more built-in wins there. I do think the independent seasons, back in Novembers, were very easy.
Very easy.
Yeah, and you had some real bums. So it would be tough to work it all out equally, but the records are pretty equal. Okay, a couple of other thoughts. First 2 seasons in Big 12 play, Kalani is 9 and 9.
Okay.
The first 2 seasons of Pac-12 play.
Ooh, let me guess. I'm going to go 8 and 10.
7 and 11.
Okay.
Very close. So Kalani, first 2 seasons, Big 12, 9 and 9. Kyle's first 2 seasons, Pac-12, 7 and 11. Couple of other thoughts. Each, in their first 9 seasons, each of them went to 7 bowl games. So 7 and 7.
Okay.
Kalani's record, 5 and 2. Kyle's record, 6 and 1. Very close.
Yeah.
You're starting to see all the similarities.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
this is getting a little creepy.
No, they're piling up. The similarities are crazy. Both have had 3 top 25 coaching poll finishes. 3. And Kalani has had 3 AP top 25 finishes. Kyle had 2. So Kalani's top 25 finishes for AP are number 11 in 2020, COVID year.
Yeah.
Number 19 in 21, and number 13 last year. Kyle's were number 2 in 2008, and number 18 in 2009. He missed the AP but made the coaches poll in, I can't remember, 17, 18?
Could be around there, yeah.
No, it would have been...
it would have been before then.
It would have been 13, 14.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. He made the coaches poll, but not the AP. So very similar finishes in top 25 play. Very similar. Same amount of bowls. Very similar win records in bowls. Very similar regular season. Very similar conference. And remember, kind of a similar path of started in one form that was more winnable and transitioned into a conference that I think is a little bit more competitive. So if you look at the way Kyle went in year 10, he went 9-4 in part of the Pac-12. He went 9-4 in the regular season, 5-4 in the Pac-12. He ended up in the Las Vegas Bowl, where he got a win in the Las Vegas Bowl. It was that following year that they finished first in the Pac-12. 2015. He went 10-3 overall, 6-3 in Pac-12.
And that was year number 10.
And that was year number 11.
11. Okay, so this year
Yes.
would mark Kyle's third year in the Pac-12?
That would mark...
So his 10th...
It would mark his fourth. So Kyle did 3 years in the Pac-12. In his first 9?
In his first... No.
He did 3 years in the Pac-12.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's got the 2, 5, and 7s behind him.
Yes.
As we go into this year.
Yeah, the 2, 5, and 7s are part of that 75 and 39.
Okay, all right.
And Kalani's first 2 seasons, 9-9 in Big 12 play, are part of the 72 and 43. So why do I bring this up? Well, I bring it up because there are some uncanny similarities.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
There's some really uncanny stuff. And number 2, I bring it up because if Kalani Sitake's path continues on what Kyle Whittingham's path has been, after the 9 seasons, Kyle won the Pac-12 3 times, or at least tied first or won the Pac-12 3 times. 2015, 2018, 2019. Actually, let's see. He was first in the Pac-12 South 4 times. 2015, 2018, 2019, 2021. That's after his first 9 seasons. 4 Pac-12 first place finishes in the South Division. He made it to a couple of Rose Bowls. He made it to a Holiday, an Alamo Bowl. He got to some big bowls, and he's actually compiled a significantly better record from his first 9 years to his second 9 years.
Yeah.
A significantly better record in his second 9 years. Mm-hmm. Not so much on the bowl side. Like, for instance, he's lost 5 bowl games in a row.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the bowl record has not been good as of late. Which is funny because for so many years, you could set your watch to it that Utah would go to a bowl game and dominate.
He was 11-1.
Yeah.
In bowl games. 11-1. And has lost his last 5.
Yeah. That one loss was to Boise State, who was a really good Boise State team in a Vegas Bowl.
That's right. In 2010.
Yeah.
So.
Way to go, Christian.
Was that Christian?
Couldn't be. Actually, Christian made a big play at the very start of that game, like a strip sack fumble.
Yeah.
And Utah kicked a field goal, and I don't think they ever scored again on that.
That's incredible, man. But the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
If Kalani Sitake can follow up this 9 with a Kyle Whittingham-like 9, then he'll cement himself in BYU history. I mean, he's already cemented in BYU history, but I'm talking about, we look at Kyle Whittingham one way and we look at Coach Mack another way. But we know both of them are the 2 best that have ever done it. We could get to a point where we look at Lavelle Edwards one way and we look at Kalani Sitake another way, kind of like we do with Coach Whittingham and Coach Mack. If Kalani can follow suit, he'll deserve a statue and his name planted in significant areas.
All right. So they've been there almost the same amount of time. I think Bronco is either there 9 years or 10 years, and Kalani is going into his 10th season. So the tenure is almost exactly the same. who right now, let's say Kalani walks away, announces a big retirement. I'm done. Who do you consider the second best coach ever at BYU? Is it Bronco or Kalani? Because their body of work in terms of tenure is almost identical. I know this is something we should have talked about this morning. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be throwing this on you. But just off the top of your head, like if I were to go on the street and ask 10 BYU fans right now, who do you consider the better coach, Kalani or Bronco? Now, you're going to have a little recency bias in there with Kalani, but I still think right now, I think the majority of people might say Kalani.
Bronco had 11 seasons at BYU.
Oh, was it 11? I thought it was going to be 10. Okay.
He had 11 seasons at BYU, 99-43.
That's a hell of a record.
5 of those seasons were independent.
Yeah.
6 of those seasons were Mount West Conference.
Now, remember, he and Kyle took over the exact same year. So
that's right.
So these 10 years that we're talking about, or those first 10 years you talked about with Kyle, are almost identical to those 10 years for Bronco.
Yeah. That's a tough question. I'm going to say Kalani Sitake. Now, Kalani's a couple of years out from continuing to cement his legacy. But, boy, that's tough because Bronco had 4 AP top 25 finishes.
Yeah. People forget that run that he
15,
went on.
14, 25, and 12.
Yeah.
And that was 2006, 2007, 2008, and 2009.
Yeah, those 4 years were 10-plus wins. They were conference championships. I mean, that dude had it rolling, and he turned it around fast.
I think that Kalani Sitake's 11-win season last year and shocking the Big 12 and shocking a lot of people outside of the Big 12, I think that is the difference.
Yeah.
Kalani could struggle from here on out and could definitely lose that. But I feel like if I were just to draw the direction of wins, losses, program, money, adaptation, moves, big changes, I think Kalani has been slightly more significant in that landscape.
Yeah.
I really do think that Bronco probably went through some real stuff moving out of the Mountain West Conference and into the Pac-12.
Bronco had more heavy lifting to do taking over for Gary Croton. Like, BYU was in the depths of despair and misery when Bronco took that program over. I don't think people really truly appreciate. If you weren't around, if you're too young, BYU was reeling both on the field and off the field after Gary Croton was dismissed at BYU. And Bronco came in, got 1 year where they were slightly above 500, and then went on a tear from 2006 to 2010, essentially. And then, it's funny, Kalani's been kind of a slow burn trajectory up. Bronco was hot early and then kind of tapered off a little bit when he got into independence. I'll send out a poll on that. I'm a little curious to see what people think.
Which way are you going on it?
I will go Kalani because I think Kalani had a more difficult stretch in the Big 12 and has done better in the Big 12 than I think any of us could have imagined. And this is big boy football.
It's kind of crazy, though, isn't it? The comparisons?
Yeah. It's
between Kyle and Kalani?
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And you didn't share these numbers with me, and I'm glad you didn't before.
Yeah.
Because I think I represent a lot of people driving around in their car right now. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're a BYU fan, that makes you think, all right,
good things on the horizon.
Let's go, baby.
Especially where BYU's stepping up with money.
Yeah.
And BYU has broadcast to the world, we're here to compete. We want to win. We're going to recruit. We're going to put money into it. We're going to build. We're going to do everything we possibly can. And that's a pretty good indicator that you got the right coach and you got the right direction.
Yep.
And that's not to say that Kalani didn't go through some of the heartburn that Kyle Whittingham went through in his first 9 seasons, where somebody started a Fire Kyle Twitter account.
Yeah.
And people were storming the castle trying to get him ousted at times. Kalani's gone through some of those same battles, and I think that it's just galvanized them. I think it's toughened their program. Oh, the other comparison I wanted to draw. Kalani's had to make D coordinator and O coordinator fires just like Kyle. Now, not quite as many offensively. I think Kalani's on his third, right?
Third.
Ty,
Yeah.
Jeff, and Aaron.
Yes. Yep.
So his third in 9.
Yeah.
I think Kyle was either 4 or 4 in his first 9.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5 in his first 9.
That sounds about right.
So, I just don't want people to look too far away from what Kalani's doing. Kalani will fire you.
Yes. I mean, look, he fired
he will advance.
His close friend, Itu Iaki.
Yeah. Yeah, and his mentor.
Yeah.
And Ed Lamb. And his hero in Ty Detmer.
So, yeah, he fired a Heisman Trophy winner, his best friend, and his mentor.
Yeah.
So don't tell me Kalani can't make hard decisions.
And a few others along the way. A couple of
Yeah.
offensive line coaches and some in between.
Yeah.
So Kalani is making, if you just look, and by the way, the way their styles are so polar different. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You talk to you're in that circle over here, or you're in this circle over here, and it's very different how things are handled. It's showing that both are very good. It's showing that both are efficient, but they are very different. But Kalani did take a lot of things along his way with Kyle Whittingham to say, I'm going to do this, and this is how I can be effective. And it's just it's almost mirroring it.
All right, Hans and Scotty, it's all right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You're locked on to Hans Olsen and Scotty G.
That's right. Yeah.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hope you're all having a great Monday.
Is this Roderick sound from today? Oh, it is? Oh, this is from Friday? Okay.
Okay. We will, you'll hear from some of the assistant coaches coming up a little bit later on. By the way, my computer is all jacked up today. About ready to start dropping some bombs on the air here. Anyway, sorry. That won't happen. It's one of those days.
Not today.
Not today. Let's not get fired today. Let's save that for another day.
Yeah, we're on the edge of football season.
When we get fired, we're going to make it count.
Yeah.
We're going to go out with a blaze of glory.
Won't be out of anger because your computer's not working.
Yes, exactly. I won't be barking at IT, that's for sure. All right, top 25 coaches poll released earlier today, Hans. USA Today coaches poll. BYU checking in at number 23. I'm not going to lie, I was a little surprised to see BYU on there. But the coaches, essentially what they do is there are very few, frankly, if any, actual coaches that fill out their bracket.
Yeah.
They'll give it to their SID. They'll give it to a grad assistant. They'll give it to somebody and say, hey, I have no time to deal with this, nor do I want to deal with this, so you take care of it for me. And you will see some things pop up in there. Not saying the BYU at the end of the season won't be ranked 23rd or higher, but there's not a lot that makes you feel like BYU should be ranked 23 right now with uncertainty at quarterback and things along those lines. So, but BYU breaks into the top 23 or top 25 at number 23, and if you're Kalani, hell, you take it. Don't hit a gift horse in the mouth.
Who are some of your top 25 follows? That because the coaches poll is the coaches poll. Very unreliable. A couple things from the coaches poll. For instance, last year, the coaches poll did not have SMU, BSU, ASU or Indiana. Now, most polls didn't, but those are 4 college football playoff teams.
Yes.
Those are 4 that made the final 12 that did not make the top 25. And I don't think that they were on the extended. I think Boise State was on the extended.
Yes.
And yeah, and it's a shocker. And by the way, we're going to get more and more shockers, just so you know. The coaches poll is going to be less and less accurate, just like the 60 and 60 was less and less accurate, because nobody can tell. When Utah State brings in 86 transfer portal players, nobody can tell me that you can even rank Utah State.
Nope.
Utah State with Bryson Barnes and a bunch of unknown could finish in the top 25.
Very well could, like Blake Anderson's first year.
Damn
Everybody
right.
thought they were going to be dog, you know what, and they end up winning the conference and finish in the top 25.
It's finished in the AP top 25.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's going to get less and less accurate, and I don't think that this is any different. But I tend to look at a couple of guys that I trust a little bit more. Now, what's interesting is Utah has found its way into that preseason rankability.
Yeah.
But 2 guys that I watch pretty closely, Joel Klatt and Brett McMurphy.
Brett in particular. Both Joel Klatt and Brett McMurphy have the University of Utah in a top 25 preseason rank. Brett McMurphy's got Utah number 17 in the country in his top 25 preseason rank. And you and I both know that Brett McMurphy does a lot more research than the coaches poll. Yes, he does.
And is probably on average more accurate. Even, and I've got to reassert this because I just said it. Brett McMurphy is dealing with the component of the unknown just like the coaches are, and just like we dealt with it, to the point where preseason polls were ripped out of the Big 12. And you and I tweaked our 60 and 60 because there's just no way.
It's impossible.
There's no way.
Yeah.
But Brett McMurphy goes to every one of these conference media days. Brett McMurphy sits down with every one of these coaches and picks everybody's brain and talks to guys like you and guys like me, pulls us to the side. Hey, what's your thoughts on Utah State? Hey, what's your thoughts on BYU? You give him your quick thoughts on who's returning, who could be the big points. Brett McMurphy does his homework. Now, I know Joel Klatt was at the Big 12 Media Days. I have not talked to Joel in a long time, but I do know that he puts in the work.
Does. Dramatically, yeah.
And I don't have exactly where Joel Klatt put the University of Utah. Christian, did you see that? Where Joel Klatt had him?
Let me see if I can find it here real quick. But I know he's got him in there.
I know he's got him in there. I just didn't know the exact number.
Let's see here. Joel Klatt. Come on. Where are you at? Hold on a sec.
By the way, just to mention, Brett McMurphy does not have BYU in the top 25.
No.
His highest ranked Big 12 team is Kansas State at number 13.
So Klatt's got him right at 25.
Klatt's got University of Utah at number 25?
Yep.
And no BYU?
Looking right now.
No BYU.
No BYU. So Brett McMurphy and Joel Klatt both feel like the University of Utah is a better comprised team. Now, obviously, the Jake Retzlaff news hurt everybody, and it's changed everything for BYU and its preseason projections. That doesn't mean BYU can't put together a couple of good wins and climb the rankings pretty quick.
Easily.
But this is the good news for the University of Utah. Being mentioned in McMurphy's or Klatt's, if they go out and they put the whoop on UCLA, which I'm expecting them to, I think that they beat UCLA by double digits. If they do that, then you're going to very quickly see the AP put them 17, put them 16. They'll fire up the poll. Now, I know that this is the coaches poll and not the AP. I understand that. But the AP will move them quickly.
Yeah, they will not be in the AP poll. I can firmly
No, they won't.
believe that. And that comes
Just
out.
like they weren't in the coaches poll.
Yeah. But you're right. If they go out there and take care of business week one, boom.
They're up the list.
They launch quickly into there.
What I don't like is that the Big 12 is not getting love in the AP Top 25.
No.
The first team to come in for the Big 12 is number 11, Arizona State. Arizona State checks in at number 11 as the top-ranked Big 12 team. And like I mentioned in Brett McMurphy's, it's Kansas State at number 13. He's got Arizona State down at number 20. He's got Arizona State, the third-ranked Big 12 team behind Kansas State and Utah. Then he's got Texas Tech at number 23.
So the coaches poll has Texas Tech 24, BYU 23, Iowa State 22, Kansas State 20. Go up the list a little bit. Arizona State at 11.
That's their top ranked. That's the number one ranked Big 12 team.
Which makes sense, but I mean
for the coaches poll.
For the coaches poll, yeah. Not Brett McMurphy's poll. And so you've got Texas Tech, which a lot of us expect to have a really good season. They're only coming in at 24.
If you extended the top 25 in the coaches poll, Utah checks in at number 30.
Yeah.
Utah had 86 votes and check in at number 30. So Boise, so this is the bottom third or the bottom half of the coaches poll. BYU 23, Texas Tech 24, Boise State 25. Oklahoma would check in at 26, Missouri 27, Louisville 28, USC 29, and then there's Utah, number 30. So if you were to extend the poll out from the coaches poll. So Utah is still getting a lot of respect. And honestly, I think Utah would rather be under the radar. I don't want the preseason hype. I'm sure I don't even need to mention this to the Utah fan out there. You have noticed a very drastic difference between Kyle Whittingham's media availability this camp early compared to last camp early. All of the coaches have, I think, had a nice conversation behind closed doors saying, hey, no more of this foolishness. Let's play Utah football. Let's keep our mouths shut. Let's try to stay in the shadows. Let's come from behind. Let's tell our guys we suck and they think that we suck and we've got to get better. And you're seeing a completely different approach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like last year, it felt like Kyle Whittingham was like, this is my final year. This is my best roster. This is my best chance. And I'm going to just show my hand. I'm going to show my hand. And then when I've got the four aces and I got everybody pushed in, I got the win. And then I look like the big winner. This year, it's like, hey, we're working hard.
Let's get back to our roots.
We're working hard. We brought in a new offense. I feel like we're confident in our quarterback. I think that we made the right decision with an offensive coordinator. Big changes. We've lost some good talent defensively. This is our best roster.
Yeah. And Kyle Whittingham over the last couple of years have been very un-Kyle Whittingham-like in terms of crazy optimism going into those last two seasons. Well, didn't have a quarterback. Now he's got a quarterback. And I think he's saying, you know what? Go back to the old Kyle.
Yep.
Let's go back to those first 10 years.
Hey, and for any fan out there that wants to feel upset or shook that their team wasn't mentioned in McMurphy's 25 or coaches poll 25, I personally, if I'm a head coach in this state, if I'm a head coach in the Big 12, this is my personal opinion. I would much rather be outside of the top 25. I'd much rather be outside of the top 5 preseason conference predictions. I'd much rather be in the shadows where I can tell my guys, we haven't arrived. They think you suck. They don't know what we're coming with. And we're gonna prove them all wrong. I would much rather come from that angle.
Yeah. I don't know if Kalani's overly thrilled about this morning.
Being in the top 25?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he cares, honestly.
I don't think he cares.
But there's something you can't go to. You can't be like, oh, man, we can't talk about how, like, you guys had one of the best seasons ever, and now look how they're treating you. They don't even put you in the top 25. Well, Coach, they put us at 23. Doggone it.
Well, okay, so going back to this is me personally. I'm not speaking for Kalani.
Yeah.
This is me personally. When the coaches poll shows you at 23 and you don't have a quarterback and you got question marks on how you're going to rush a quarterback, and you got question marks on the offensive tackles that are taking over, and you let's say you finish just below 500 in Big 12 play, and you're, mid 60s in the country, then all of a sudden all you've got is excuses. And we weren't in the top 25 because of this and because of this. I know they had us there in the preseason, but this happened and this happened and this happened. Where on the flip side, if you're not mentioned in the top 25 and you make a push and you finish it bottom top 25 or you're just outside the top 25, hey, we did a lot with a little. Everybody wants to see a coach do a lot with a little. Nobody wants to see a standard set that a coach can't hit.
Yep. Great point.
So I don't want to be in the top 25. And personally, I don't put BYU in my top 25. I don't think that they're in the top 25. I think when you lose your returning quarterback and your options are a bunch of transfers, unknowns, really unprovens, but hopefuls, I think that you probably should sit outside the top 25 expectation. Hey, but guess what? You put the stink on Stanford at Lavelle Edwards Stadium in week 2. All right, let's talk about it. I know it's a bottom of the barrel ACC team.
Yeah, but if you just beat them by 3 touchdowns. Yeah.
If you beat them by 3 touchdowns, embarrass them, and things look good, that there was good tempo, all right, let's talk about it. Maybe now we set the standard. Maybe now you creep into the top 25. And let's set the standard then. I don't want to have my standard set now.
No. Look, they don't give out Coach of the Year awards for a guy that was picked to finish first that ends up finishing first.
Nope.
They give out Coach of the Years for a guy that was picked to finish 10th and ends up finishing second.
Yeah, exactly. Boise State-like, Arizona State-like.
Yeah. All right. 12:50, Hans and Scotty, what you may have missed, coming up next right here on The Zone.
Looking for the latest on the Jazz, Utes, Cougars, and Aggies? Yeah. We've got you covered. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G on 97.5, the Sports Zone.
I could call her. Hey, Christian, this is way, way before your time, but good poll.
Thank you.
Do you know this song? Or
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Lloyd just had it in his rotation or something.
I don't
Whatever
play any of Lloyd's music.
Good. That's the smartest thing you've said all day right there. Hey, by the way, it's a Win Ticket Wednesday. And by the way, I've not seen your email come in. What are we giving away tickets for this week, Christian? What? Cyndi Lauper tickets on Wednesday?
It's the final tour.
Okay, they always say that. But at Cindy's age, that might be the case.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper tickets could be yours coming up on Wednesday. It's a Win Ticket Wednesday. Listen all day for your chance to win.
The show is August 14th.
August 14th. You know what? When you think of
that's coming quick.
When you think of Cyndi Lauper, what movie do you think of?
Goonies.
Yeah, it just goes without saying.
That's where everything started for her.
And it was, she was on screen for maybe like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
But
just slaying a song.
Oh, yeah.
And then they reel right into the bicycle scene while she's singing, and it's just money.
She had it going there in the 80s. People forget.
Yeah, she did.
Hey, a lot of big extensions going on around the NBA. De'Aaron Fox just signs a max extension. Smart move by Luka Doncic, signing a 3-year extension with the Lakers. That puts him in the range where he might be your first $100 million guy.
Whew.
So he's like, you know what? I'm going to sign that extension. I'm going to get some money, but I'm not going to give you a lot of years because I want to hit
the $100 million.
The $100 million mark.
We're not talking about a contract. We're talking about a year.
Yeah, $100 million per year.
That's coming. I had somebody that was shocked and awed because we now have $70 million contracts.
Yeah,
and we're going to be blowing through the $70 million real quick.
Easily.
Speaking of expansion, I did want to mention this because there was a lot of talk about it. NCAA basketball tournaments will not, and I emphasize not, be expanding beyond 68 teams this season. It does say, but future growth remains on the radar.
Yes.
NCAA Senior Vice President of Basketball Dan Gavitt announced today, just minutes ago, Expanding the tournament fields is no longer being contemplated for the 2026 men's and women's basketball championships. However, the committees will continue to conversate on whether to recommend expanding to 72 or 76 teams in advance of the 27 championship.
Yeah, it's going to happen, just not this year.
Because you need money.
Money. All right, this is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.